Hey guys, this is Gabriel Lorenzi, creator of the blog Grupo Dicas, one of the biggest travel blogs in the world, and today I'm here to tell you how to travel cheaply to Miami, how to save the most on everything, on airfare, lodging, transportation, travel insurance, chip, tickets, beach, tours, food, in short, all the tips for you to travel as cheaply as possible to Miami. So guys, enjoy the video, don't forget to give us that like and subscribe to the channel because that really helps us a lot, and that's it, buckle up. Well, to be very honest, in the old days it was much cheaper to come to the United States, to Miami. Nowadays, with all the increase that the dollar has had over the years, with several other factors, unfortunately it's a little more expensive to travel here, but it's possible to save a lot and come here as cheaply as possible. And that is where we come in, to help you save a lot on everything, to pay cheaper in all the services and reservations, because you can travel cheaper than what people think about traveling. The first item that will make the biggest difference on your trip is the season, the month you're going to travel there. In the United States in general, especially in these more beachy destinations, the months that get more crowded are June, July, and August, which are the summer, the school vacations. July in particular tends to be more expensive. In December, at the end of the year, and January, also because of fairs and parties, it ends up being a little bit more expensive. And during the spring break, search there, it's usually in March, April, it's a week of fairs. It's also a little more expensive and crowded. Apart from these months, all the others are very good. The climate is nice because it's neither cold nor hot. Try to travel in the middle of February, March, April, May, August, September, October, or November, which are very nice months, and you will pay much cheaper than traveling during the high season where it's more crowded. The ticket to Miami is good because it's the cheapest in the United States. It's the closest city to Latin America, South America, and it has a lot of flights. It's the city that I think has the most direct flights with all the cities, so it's the cheapest place in terms of distance, price, flight. It's generally the cheapest place in the United States, but even so, the fare is not that cheap, so it's worth some basic tips to be able to save money. Some tips here: one way that we use a lot is to search in all airlines. You don't have to go to each company's website. There's a very good one that we use. I'll even leave here the link below in the description of the video for you, and in the comments I will also leave the links that I will mention here for you. One of them is an airfare comparator. You enter there, type in your destination, and it shows you all the airlines, all the routes. Then you can compare, keep searching, search for different dates. Sometimes if a day is different, there's a promotion, you get a better price. Research a lot because this site helps you a lot because it researches in all of them directly and gets very good prices. We like it a lot. And here are some quick tips. Try to get the flight from Monday to Thursday, which are usually cheaper than the weekend flights, and also the flights during the day, because everyone wants the night flight where you travel and arrive at your destination in the morning and go to your hotel. It's much easier, so try to use these parameters here and you will certainly save a lot on your airfare. Pay attention to this time difference, that's enough. Now let's talk about the lodging. The lodging in Miami is not that cheap compared to other cities. It's a place that has the reputation of having a little bit high prices, but there are some tips on how to save money. There are two most famous regions: Miami Beach. Miami Beach is where you have the beach, the South Beach, the most touristy part, so it's more expensive. The most sophisticated part, so it's more expensive. Staying there, you will pay a little bit more. A nice option to save money and that we liked a lot last time is to go to the downtown Miami area, which is where the shopping center is. It has a lot of restaurants, stores, and it's already cheaper than Miami Beach. I'll even leave below a personalized map with these two regions of Miami. We put together a very nice one with the hotels already. Check it out, see the prices. You will see that there are much lower prices in Miami downtown. The Brickell region in particular and Midtown is very nice. There are a lot of cheaper options. In the same side that I did the map, which has the hotels, there are apartments too. It's a good option if you book an apartment in downtown. Do some research because there are ways to save money. The further away from Miami, the more inland, the cheaper you will pay. And another important tip for saving money that applies to any city in the world, especially the more touristy ones, is to book in advance. The sooner you book, the cheaper you pay at the hotel. This is the tourist market system. There's no way. As the weeks go by, the rooms are booked. The hotel system automatically increases the price of the rooms that are missing, so the cheapest ones go away and the others become more expensive. Sometimes in a matter of a week, you see the prices skyrocket. We have already experienced this, so the sooner you can make a reservation, the sooner you do it, because you will save money. A good tip, we like to use a site that's a hotel search engine, which is the largest hotel search engine in the world. I'm sure you know it too. We use it a lot and it has free cancellation, a free cancellation system with almost all hotels. This is great. We use this strategy a lot. We are going to travel, we already have a set date, we go to this site, we search, we see the prices, we like a hotel, we book it. It's quick, it's super easy. If later on when it gets closer and we want to change a hotel or a neighborhood or even cancel the trip, we go to another city, you can cancel it at no cost with a click. It's very fast, so this helps a lot. Check it out, it's very good. And here below in the description of the video as well, and in the comments, I'll also leave the link to a custom map that I created within this searcher that already has the best region for you to locate yourself and the best hotels there. There you can search for the cheapest ones, see the prices, and I'll also leave the hotel that we stayed in there, which I thought were very good price, good location. Take a look at them, they are all already linked in this site. Do a search, check the prices, but in advance, in our experience, is the key to save money on your lodging. Now talking about the tours, Miami is one of the places that you will save money with the tours. In New York, you have to buy a lot of tickets, everything, tours. Orlando has the amusement parks, Disney. In Miami, most of the tours are free. It's shopping, going to the beaches, enjoying the stores, the streets, Winewood. It's very cool and it's free. There is this giant art gallery all painted the streets, the walls, so there are many cool options for you to explore. So focus on these cheaper tours. There is one or another that you have to buy a ticket for, which is cool. There is a speedboat tour, which you go by the famous people's houses, the tour to the Everglades. If you are with children, there is Jungle Island or Jungle Aquarium. There are a few things that require an entrance ticket, but most of them are free. The ones that have tickets you buy in advance, it's always a little bit cheaper than it is at the time. You don't pay the 6% IOF for international transaction, which you would pay there at the time. So take a look, always buy in advance because it's better and more convenient too. You don't waste time at the box office. There's a very good site that I'll leave here below for you in the description of the video and in the comments, which is where we buy all the tours and tickets. It's very nice. There is also the transfer on this site, which is the transfer to the hotel. If you are not going to rent a car, which we will get into later, you can get a transfer. It's cheaper than cabs and Uber. It's more practical and safer. Then you get the transfer from the airport to your hotel. So check this out. It's a very nice site for the tours, but in general, you will explore more the beaches, the shopping, so you will not spend much. A special tip to save money on the beaches is that you will see many beautiful beaches in Miami. The rental of some chairs and umbrellas is expensive there and you need it because the sun is intensely strong and there's not much shade. Our tip is go to Walmart the first day where they have umbrellas. You will buy for $15 an umbrella. It doesn't have to be a spectacular one, and 2 beach chairs. You also buy them for $10, $15. That's the price you would pay to rent a chair on the beach, and another $15 to rent an umbrella, which is the price you buy it. Leave it in the trunk of your car, and then any beach you go to, you already have your umbrella, beach and beach chair. You will see that you will save a lot and it ends up helping you a lot. It also works for food. On the beaches, the food is more expensive. Always take some ready-made that you bought at the market, that it will save you a lot of money. So in the first day, you go to Walmart, go somewhere, and you already go prepared for your day. And now let's talk about international travel insurance. People, it's very important, especially after this whole pandemic. Many places in the world became mandatory for you to have international travel insurance. We always done it because it's very good. It's an insurance that's very cheap. You will spend maybe for 5 days of travel, you spend sometimes 70, 80, something like that. It's very cheap, and it's an insurance that covers all the medical expenses that you might have abroad, hospitalization, medical consultation, if you need to go to the hospital. and emergency. These costs are very expensive. If you don't have insurance, it's very heavy and it's in dollars, so get travel insurance. Travel with everything right, it's cheap and easy. There is a tool that's a travel insurance comparator. We only use them. It's a sensational site that compares the prices and compares the insurances of all the best insurance companies in the market and gets the best prices. We have searched a lot. It's the cheapest and most reliable place. Their service is great. Take a look. I'll leave the link here in the description and also in the comments. It's very quick. You enter the date of your trip and you see the insurance options. Get one that has a medical assistance over $30,000. That's great and excellent insurance. You will see that it's cheap. It's kinda $15. Do it quickly. Print out a policy that you arrive in your email and you travel there calmly and avoiding any headaches about that, because a hospitalization and a consultation abroad is very expensive. In Miami, as in any other city, it's essential to have your cell phone chip working. You have to use your cell phone internet there to go to places, use the map, Google Maps, Waze. If you're not going to rent a car, you have to call an Uber, you have to check the time schedule for the stores. Nowadays, to travel abroad, you need to either activate the international roaming with your carrier, which you already have the account for in your country. It's usually much more expensive. This option is very expensive. Some operators sometimes have promotions that are worthwhile, but most of them are expensive, more expensive, gives you a headache. So what everybody does, which is very nice, you buy the international prepaid chip. It's a chip that's sold only for your trip. You will buy it with a company that has a signal working in the whole United States and they deliver it to your home very quickly. There is the eSIM, which is an electronic chip. It's a virtual chip. You buy it there with them through the internet. They send you an email with a QR code and you install the chip on your cell phone. Once you're there, you can use the internet. It's very important anywhere you're going to travel abroad not to go there without the internet working, because you might have some trouble. There's one that we use a lot. We have been using it for years. You can use it later for your trip. It's a very good chip. I'll also leave in the description and in the comments the link to this chip. They are great. This service is good. You can ask questions with them. Go on the chat, ask what's the best plan for your cell phone, for your destination, and they will really help you. There's an option that's a little cheaper. You can buy the chip at the place. This option always exists. You really pay a little cheaper, but we think it's better to travel already with the chip in hand, because until you get there, you buy the chip, you will spend 1 or 2 hours to be attended. You will have to speak English. You have to take an Uber or a cab to get to the place. You will have an extra expense. You have to put everything in the tip of the pencil. In the end of the time, you lose from the trip. In our opinion, it's not worth it, so you end up choosing to travel with the chip working properly, and that's it. But if you want to save as much as possible, you can buy the chip when you arrive, but you won't have your cell phone working when you arrive at the airport. You have to see exactly how you're going to get around, take the Uber, but then go to a store and buy the chip there. In our opinion, it's not really worth it, but yes, you can save a little bit of money going to the stores directly at the place. Oh, and guys, any questions you have, send me and I'll really try to help. It's taking a few days because there are a lot of messages, but I really help and like to help. And even easier, add me on Instagram at @PaiLorenzi. Send me a direct message with your travel questions and I'll help you. We are always traveling around the world, showing their routine with the girls that are a blast. And now you're living in Orlando, we are showing everything here. We even have our new channel. Check it out, subscribe, give us a hand. It's called Família Lorenzi. We show our day-to-day life here in Orlando, the Disney parks, food, shopping, the girls here at home, us having fun, several cool things. Check it out. I think you'll like it. The content there, it's really cool. And food. Food in Miami, depending on where you go, is expensive, both for drinks and food. So the tip is, as soon as you arrive, go to the supermarket, look around. We really like Publix, Walmart, but there are also CVS, Walgreens, which are pharmacies, but in the United States, the pharmacy also sells a lot of food. There are a lot of cheap things. You buy a lot of protein bars, water. The water in the hotel costs $3 a bottle. In the places on the beaches, it costs $4 or $5 in those places like supermarkets. In pharmacy, it costs 10 cents each. So buy a crate, use the things you bought, and you will see that in the end it's a big saving. It's no joke. So buy a lot of things the first day and then you'll be able to reduce the cost, and of course eat at a nice place one day or another. But also pizza at night. Pizza is very cheap in the United States. You will spend $7 or $8 sometimes for a pizza that fits 2 people. So there are several ways to save money and not go to the restaurants that are usually a little bit more expensive that you can get a big cost because everything's a little bit more expensive for tourists and this kind of stuff. Now talking about transportation, Miami is a city that we highly recommend renting a car. Miami, Orlando, and California are places that are all a little bit far away. The most beautiful beaches are up there. It will take you 40, sometimes 15 minutes to get there. To make the trip to Orlando, if you have a car, 3.5 hours you travel and you're there. For shopping, the car helps a lot. Of course, it's not such a cheap option. You will spend a little more, but it's a comfort and helps a lot in logistics. Even to go to the beach, to take a chair, a parasol, you have to be very careful with the calculations because you end up saving a little nice money. So take a look, do some research. Uber works, so does cab. You can get around without the car, but the car is the most indicated option. So take a look, research the prices. Don't go to the website of the car rental companies directly. There's an amazing site that we have been using for years. It's a comparator. It's the biggest car rental comparator in the world. You enter the travel day, the airport in Miami, put in the search. It shows you all of the car rental companies, the big ones, the good ones that have the airports and all the prices. It compares them all. It's automatic comparator. You can see which are the cheapest, which ones are on promotion, and the price is cheaper than if you go to the car rental company because they are so big. They have such strong negotiations with rental companies that the prices are unbeatable. Take a look. I'll leave it here below in the video description and in the comments. Check it out and make all the calculations, because if you rent the car at the airport, you don't pay the transfer to the hotel, the cab or Uber, which is already a small amount. You won't pay for the tours, Uber or cab away. There are several things that you have to put in the tip of the pencil. It's a little more expensive, yes, but it's not that much more expensive. And if you are with 4 people, it's much cheaper because you share between the 4 of you. If you are in 2 people, you will split all the expenses in 2. If you are in 3, it's a little bit cheaper. So these are the logistics of the car. To rent it, it's super easy. You just have to have your Brazilian driver's license or your driver's license from your country. You don't need anything else, and your passport, your credit card, and that's it. That's all you need to rent the car. It's very easy, very simple. You just go there. And now how to save money when shopping. Miami is the shopping paradise. The place that we found the cheapest so far is really the Sawgrass Mills outlet. It's gigantic. It's a gigantic outlet. It's the biggest in Florida. It's huge and it's a little bit far away. It's about 40, sometimes 15 minutes from where you are located in downtown Miami. So this is where the car ends up being important. If you don't have a car, you will have to pay an Uber, a cab. It's a little far away, but you can go. There are the biggest promotions there, but there are also the department stores. I like it a lot. Do some research, see if there is one close to your hotel. There are Marshalls, Ross, and TJ Maxx. They have very cheap designer clothes, which are clothes from the last collections of the famous brands. These are the brands that we really like and look for, and then they sell them for less than half the price. It's very nice. You can save a lot in these stores. And in the games too, if you like to play games in Miami, you can watch a Miami Heat NBA game, which is great. Or if it's not NBA season, there's a NFL game too, or the Miami's Dolphins that are very cool. They are 2 sports. If you like, try to watch at least 2 of them because they are very good. There's also baseball. There are several other games. There's a site that we always buy and that we always search if I find the cheapest price there. It's a huge site out here, super reliable. I'll leave it here below in the description of the video too. Have a look, but try it out. If you like sports, it's a sensational show. And that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you like it, please give us a like and subscribe to the channel here because that really helps us a lot. And be sure to watch all the other videos from Miami. I'll leave you here on the side the playlist that has all the other videos for you to watch and enjoy. Thanks a lot, guys, and have nice trips.